ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Been absent for a few months, I guess. Christmas holidays and etc. So just got back into the car full swing. Got RE in it's like 2.5 weeks from now. But we're actually going up on the Tuesday to try to get the car with a powertrain on it with Mark in Morrinsville before RE. So on the mad mission again, trying to sort everything else out. Still got the water meth tank to make, catch can to make, sorting out the water meth wiring and mounting the fuel lines. But went for a bit of a drive the other day and come back and just wanted to feel how everything felt. So I just gave it the old bit of a 1-2 out in the driveway, and already having to fix an axle, which is not the best. So I just pulled it out before, and I've got bits of shell hanging out everywhere. I'm just trying to get out of the hub. She's a bit tight. What looks to happen is this one and this one sooner or later, and then a first gear skid with some semis on it, I guess. Pretty grippy kenders though, I must admit. They fucking didn't like a low rev dump. So yeah, I've just called Scott, as a mate of John's that the boys helped us out a few years back when we were driving to Nelson. So got to know those guys, and Scott actually builds axles and CVs as a job, so he's going to build me some pretty much chrome ollie axles, I think. So hopefully we can make it through RE and chrome with maybe a few skids, a few passenger rides, and we don't have to worry about changing things every 5 minutes. Herb's been on the mission and he's made me up 2 spare gearboxes. I had a whole bunch of gearbox parts, so he's managed to pretty much make me 2 spare gearboxes. So if I can make one last RE and one last chrome and come out of there with one, I'll be pretty happy, to be honest. I'm going to do a billet gear set after chrome. I just couldn't quite get it in time, so that was a bit of a bugger, but it is what it is. A couple spares, so now I just need to sort these axles out, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, once I do a diff brace and a gearbox brace, the PPF lasts, we might have some trouble-free motoring for the weekend, but I'll touch wood 3 times, I think, for that one. But yeah, Jono's coming down soon. Like I said before, he's going to do the wiring on the water meth setup. Try and get that all wired up to the ECU. I'm going to put a shut-off valve underneath the car somewhere. I'm not too sure. Where's the line? So it comes out through here. See, it still haven't mounted the lines. I'll do that before we get to the track. So do like I think it's like a solenoid sort of runoff solenoid, so that when it starts causing pressure up the front, it doesn't just keep drawing it through. And then a little water filter somewhere as well, a little filter as well somewhere, because I've got my tank up there, my pump up there, goes over and up to the front, so I have to try to fit both of them under here somewhere. And then I've got to add another resonator, or another mount for the resonator, just because it's got TI on both sides. So it's got a hanger there and then 2 hangers at the back there, so probably add another one at the front there somewhere, just so it doesn't have that extra weight, because obviously the stainless weighs so much more than the TI. But yeah, hasn't rubbed too much on the back. The joys of having airbags. It's pretty cool being able to jack it up and slam it out. I did notice though, I must not have lifted it up enough one day, and I jammed me pie cut, and it's absolutely destroyed that last one, so bit gutted about that. And then my old mufflers that I brought in, actually I think when Mark was doing the old Limmy setup, actually put a crack in there. I think when whoever's made the mufflers, well, they're a pretty nice made muffler, but it's quite a cold weld. And it actually just cracked it on the edge there, because this thing was shooting up massive flames out the back. So, and then I probably need to make some sort of little guard around here for the muffler. But yeah, it's just pretty much tidy up. The boys at Performance Car have mentioned they were pretty keen to chuck in the magazine when we got to Taupo, so we were trying to set up a double shoot with mine and Dan Moulder's RX-7. Josh will put a photo of this car in here somewhere. Would have been epic, but he had something on that weekend, so we couldn't quite make it happen. So a little bit gutted about that, because Dan's definitely one of the toughest RX-7s in New Zealand, so it would have been pretty epic to have a double shoot with that. So we made quite a few parts on it as well. It wasn't meant to be, so. But yeah, I suppose I'll get into trying to sort this CV out, because this thing's going to be my daily for the next week while my truck's off getting fixed, for an insurance claim before we got north. The old bin, the old wheelie bin from next door used to be on the car park on the edge there. One day it was windy as and it blew over and dented in my roof and scratched up my door, and I had a good solid bloody dent out of it for a bloody plastic lid. I was quite surprised, and it's come down here, so it scratched up the plastic trims, dented all up the door. So that's going to be all going to be off getting fixed next week. So RX-7 is going to be a very expensive daily for the next week, so I'm going to make sure it's all reliable. Can't really give it too much snot though, just in case I break another axle, because I don't have any more spare for that side until Scott makes me up some good ones. So, but yeah, I guess we'll get into it. What's going on here, Jono?
Just trying to get our fuel gauge working, eh?
So we changed from the Series 6 interior to the Series 8 interior. Obviously changes boost. What's on the Series 6 is a volts?
Oil pressure?
Oh yes, it is.
Yep.
So yeah, we've changed to that, so we're trying to get everything to work. The only thing that actually works at the moment is my speedo, which is probably good for my license.
Oh, one indicator works on one side.
Oh yeah.
Turns out everything seems to be completely different from the Series 6 as far as the wiring goes into the dash, so yeah, we're pretty much going to almost start from scratch with it nearly, I don't know, so yeah, attempt to get that fuel gauge going tonight, and
yeah, because
at least see exactly how much fuel this puppy's using, eh?
Oh no, it's using heaps. It's at least $150 every time I fill it up. So, but yeah, I'm driving it next week, as I said before, because I won't have a daily. So I really would like a fuel gauge, so I don't have to stop at the petrol station every day with that insecurity of thinking I'm going to run out of gas. But no, so Donna's doing his magic with that, and then I'm quite fortunate that I've got a jig car that I can rob parts off, so I just pulled the axles out of this one, which they both look pretty good. I'm just going to pull the cups out of the diff, and then Scott's going to try make us a bit of a stronger end, which he reckons he can do. You just need the cups to be able to work everything out, so he said he might end up cutting them off and changing the end that goes into the diff, so quite interested to see what he comes up with that. What's going on, guys? A week before we go to RE, got a special guest from the United States here, well, coming in this afternoon to have a little bit of a look around the workshop. Thanks to a couple of the boys. We've got a few of the boys' cars in here for a few checkovers before chrome and stuff, so kind of works out well, something for them to look at. Got little Jimmy in here on the broom. No, he's been helping me with a few little favours. So he's got a little bit of time off at the moment, but yeah, no, it's been good. Got Bodie's car in here. We're just redoing the front of the exhaust, tucking it up a little bit higher, so it's a little bit higher off the track when he's racing around. And then we've got Jordan's car in here, just about to do a clutch and a diff in that, and then after chrome we'll be doing all the V-mount and turbo setup and stuff for that. Got Jamie's car back in the shop. Haven't really shown you much of Jamie's car. This is the setup we did a while ago. So this is one of our V-mount turbo packages with the SXE series of turbo. So I think this is a 62mm S300 to suit the extend port. Motor wasn't studded or dowelled that we're aware of, so we didn't want to push this one too much. I think this one made like 440 horse, and it made it pretty well, pretty effortlessly. So yeah, so we got in this one, we've got one of our little filler necks. We've actually redesigned that so it runs it out the back. How'd you get it to do that? Is it? Fuck, I did not know this, eh? Did not know they did that.
And then it can't keep itself up. That's what it makes it away.
What do you reckon, Jono? Eventful Monday night, eh?
Dude, the bus scared me. That was so much fun. Will you be happy, bro? But you can get super low VT. Yeah.
Alright, so we made it to the meet and then literally there for like 2 minutes and then cops showed up, so it hasn't been too eventful. There were some mixed messages about where we're going to go from here. We parked on yellow lines and everyone's going down to MPD, so I guess we're going down there. A few cars rolling out now. Fuck, what's going on here, mate?
Taking on film, mate. Long exposure. Got to go for 26 seconds. And we're shooting on expired film.
So what does that give you? Like, what's the reasoning behind?
So basically, what happens is the longer you expose film to light, the less sensitive to light it becomes.
Oh, no.
So like, if you meter for like anything over 10 seconds,
Yeah.
you pretty much have to do reciprocity. Well, in this case, I end up just doubling it.
Yeah.
So I metered it for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
13 I think it was. Go for 26.
No.
Hope that's enough light to bring it in. And
Far out. That's super rad. And this is like, is this quite a new camera or an old camera, or is this made to look old, or?
it is an old camera.
It is?
Yeah, 1976.
Oh, that's cool, man.
That's the last one on the roll for the night.
Man, super rad.
Where is this developing?
Very big film.
Got a few of the baddies together for a picture.
It'll be about 5 minutes.
Sit.